Hey, it's Candy. Welcome to the shed here at the Bible Study Place. You have people who always ask these questions, especially if they're new to Christianity, new to the Bible, new to what God stands for, and especially if they're new to the Old Testament. Like, who is this God and why would He do these things that we today would think, oh, that's awful, that's evil, that's wicked, that's like, oh. But if you look at the whole complete context of things, God has to punish evil. He has to punish. He has to keep his word. He is a holy God and he is true and faithful to his word. And if he did not punish the wicked, evil, horrendous acts of a godless people, then the God-fearing people would just be consumed off of the earth. And God is a God of defense and a defender to his people, to those who will be true to him. He will defend them. And we need that. And a lot of us that have been around for a while, we can look back and we can see things in the Old Testament in a new light because we have more context to we just have a little more things up under the belt, a little more Bible study to put together the little pieces. And so the whole looks different than if you just pick apart this little section or this verse or that little part, or why did God do this? That's awful. Why, God, would you do that? And you don't have the whole context. You wouldn't miss out on understanding that part and that side of God. He is a mighty man of war. And if you look back to the very beginning and get some understanding and context, even as far as like before creation in Genesis 1, and that's literally like before our understanding of creation, like Lucifer getting kicked out of heaven. Okay, God does not tolerate sin. He is a God of order. He is a God that he is up here and everything and everyone else is down here. Nobody is like equal to him. It's not like God is over here and on this side Satan. No, Satan has always been down here. God is the only one that is up here. He has no equal, no side by side, no one. There is no competition, not with God. All things are under his feet. Now, I do know that when you go to the garden and you go to chapters 1, 2, and 3 of Genesis, you will see some things occurring that started this whole sin ball spiraling or going down thing out of control mess that's in the world today. But when you get to the part where Jesus went to the cross, that is the dividing line. And we can look at things as hindsight because we have a little more context under our belt. And we can see that all the wickedness, all the sin, all the punishment that was due, all God's fury, every bit of it, Jesus took all that on himself on the cross. That is God's gift. And whosoever will, okay? Whosoever will trust in Jesus, trust in him. You get a bigger picture of what it meant for Jesus to go to the cross whenever you strip it all down and you look at all the little pieces of it. And then things will start to make more sense. So we can celebrate the God of the Old Testament who did these things that, yes, if you just look at them in little bitty pieces, one piece to the puzzle, it does look like that's not right. That is not fair. Who is God to think he can do that? Well, he's God. And it was right because what he does is always right, always just. He is a just God and he punishes sin. And thank God that he does. Or else heaven would not be heaven and anything and everybody would be able to just keep on going and doing and accomplishing their mess. And we would just dissolve off of the face of the earth and there would be no. You got to get the whole picture, the whole context. You got to see it in the right light. And you have to see that God, in his love that we will never understand, never be able to measure up to, never be able to deserve or earn, because all of that, all of it, even my part of it and your part of it, all the wicked, sinful mess was upon Jesus. And the wrath of God, the wages of sin is death. That punishment, Jesus took it at the cross, and he changed everything. It's a whole new covenant now. We live in some of the most exciting times. I used to say a long time ago, I would like to have been alive on the earth back then. You know, look at like the people walking and talking with Jesus, and I look back now and I think, no, girl, God knew when you needed to be on the earth, okay? And he is sovereign. He is sovereign. He is head of it all, okay? Over it all. The Most High. And there is none. No rival, no equal. Thank God for that. Thank God he is that mighty man of war. Thank God that he is our defense and our defender. Thank God that he does not acquit. He does not let the wicked off, okay? They do not go unpunished. And sometimes we think, you know, that's just not fair, but they all can come to repentance. That's why we need to spread the gospel like never before, because we could win some people and save them from an eternity in hell. And so you have to have the bigger picture in mind to be able to understand and comprehend why God of the Old Testament, and he's the same God. He is the same exact God. He hasn't changed. The judgment day is coming, y'all. Get the whole picture. Read the whole book. Study it. Keep keeping on. Keep trusting in God. Because he's creator of it all. He rules it all. It all belongs to him. And he makes the rules, okay? So if you want to be on the winning side, yes, we can wrestle with these questions. We can take them to God. We can have all these thoughts, and you know, we can go as close to God as we want to go, or we can just turn away from God. But whenever we turn away from him, just remember that you're the one who walked away.